Well, happy Sunday, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be focusing on all sorts of things, but one of the things we'll target today is strength and upper body strength in particular. So let's start by taking the hands and just warming up the hands a little bit by doing a few circles. So we're just going to reach and circle with the fingertips, pinky fingers first, and rotating, little flamenco circling action a few times this direction, and then reversing it and going the other direction, rolling inward. And we'll do that a few times. Shake that out when you're done with that. And then linking the hands together, pressing through the palms of the hands and reaching forward, stretching that out open, and then flipping it the other direction and opening up through the wrist, shaking that out, or opening and stretching that out rather. Good. All right. And then we're going to do a little stretch here, taking your hand palm facing you, and then place your hand thumb in the back of those long bones of the hand, the metacarpals there, grabbing a hold of the pinky edge of your hand and then diving the wrist forward. So diving the fingertips down, opening up a stretch for the wrist. And we'll do that a few times. This is an old Aikido martial art hand stretch, wrist stretch. 3 and 4, just opening that up, and then let's take the other hand, so other palm facing you, and then grabbing a hold of that pinky edge, thumb on the back of the hand, pressing into the palm of the hand or opening up the wrist. And we'll do that a few times, diving that hand down, opening up the hand, stretching through the palm and stretching through the wrist. And 4 times, good. And then again, just let that release. Pressing the sides of the room away from each other now, reaching and stretching through the hands. See if you can open the hands nice and wide, stretching the fingers apart and feel that energy. And then rotate, fingers down and wrists up, opening that up. Feeling that stretch there. And then again, just softening down. Let's breathe together. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, opening, and do that again. Inhale, reaching up, and opening. We'll do our side bend stretch, lengthening up and over, arcing over to the side. Long stretch, opening up through the ribs. Breathe into those lungs. Inhale. On the exhale, hollow the abdominals and curve on that diagonal. Feel that stretch all the way from the fingertips down the diagonal to that lower back through the hip. Come back to our sideways position. Inhale and exhale. Arc it back up. We'll try the other side. Up and over, side bend, reaching, elongating. Breathe into those ribs. Big inhale and exhale. Scoop and hollow, abs reaching inward, up and over on that diagonal. Good, breathing there. Let's come back to our sideways position and then coming back up. Let's roll the shoulders up and back, and again up and back, and up and back, and up and back, and then gently bringing the chin to the chest, keeping that sense of length, shoulders reaching down away from the sky. And then bringing the head back up, and then just looking upward. Keep the back of the neck long so you could still speak here. Try not to collapse the back of the neck. Try that again, nodding chin to chest. And then bringing it back up, and then looking up, opening the heart. Good, and back to center. We'll go through a little series of neck stretches now. So draping one hand over the opposite ear here, and just very, very gently, not even really pulling on the head at all, just letting the weight of the head lean to the side. And with that opposite hand, you're going to press through the heel of the hand, long and low, sending that shoulder gliding down and away, feeling that big stretch through those side muscles of the neck, the scalenes and friends. We're going to stay here and then slowly investigate. We're taking this hand, roaming around, finding other areas of stretch. When you find a place that you feel light up, stay there and breathe a little deeper. Finding those areas to lengthen out through the neck. And then let's soften that arm and then help your head come back. Always moving gently through those neck stretches. And then we'll try the other side, draping the other arm over the ear. And again, very, very gently, allowing the weight of that noggin to just tip over to the side. And then again, sending heel of the hand, reaching down and away, finding that oppositional stretch to the neck. And then as you're feeling ready, start to travel through space with that opposite arm, reaching, finding other areas, maybe to the back, maybe out to the side. Again, just finding where you need to pause and send some deep exhales down through those stripes of muscle, down through the arm, down through the neck. And again, when you're ready, soften that arm, and always again, helping the head to come back up to center. Good. And just test for a second, taking the head, looking side to side a few times. Maybe loosening that up. And then we'll do my little favorite posture check, taking the hands behind the head. Shrug your shoulders up as high as you can, and then pull your elbows back. And now slide your shoulders down and away from the ears. And then without changing anything through the chest, just take those arms down. And hopefully you feel nice and open and wide across the shoulders and chest. It's a nice little check for yourself when you're feeling all hunched over your computer or your desk, really trying to feel that open quality across the chest. Let's proceed into our spinal work here, bringing the feet in front of you here, holding onto those shins. We'll take our contraction, hollowing and scooping out the abdominals, rounding back. Really hang on to those legs. Pull those shoulder blades wide apart. Feeling some deep stretch there. And then again, folding over the waistline, bringing yourself back up to sitting. Glide and slide those shoulders down. And once again, arcing the upper back, opening the chest, looking up. And then bring it back to center. We'll do that again. This time contract and stay there for a little longer, really scooping out the belly, feeling that stretch. And then you're going to shift the rib cage to one side. So we're just peekabooing, looking over to one side on one side of the legs, and then bring it back to center. And then other side, shifting the rib cage. So maybe feeling some deeper stretch into the back, into the muscles between the shoulder blades. Let's try that again each way. Shift and reach. You're just leaning the rib cage, looking over to one side. Bring it back to the center, still keeping those abdominals scooping in. Shift to the other side, peeking over, and then coming back. Help yourself rolling down onto your back and bringing those knees into your chest. Once again, feeling some length through that spine. Deep breaths there, relaxing the head on the floor. Let's open the arms out to the side, feeling that wingspan wide from fingertip to fingertip. Let's twist, knees going to the left and head turning to the right. And again, sending some deep breaths into that low back. Try to release, relax those shoulders. Settling into that twist. And on the exhale, abs, bring your pelvis back to center. Your head rolls back to the center. Let's change directions. Head goes over to the left, knees reach over to the right. And again, once you arrive, see if you can just settle in, breathe into that stretch. Good. And then again, gathering the pelvis back to center. Very nice. We'll take a brief hamstring stretch series here, lengthening the left leg long on the floor and folding the right knee into the chest. And then let's go ahead and extend that leg, opening up the stretch of the back of the thigh through those hamstrings, gathering the leg in, using your deep breaths to guide that thigh in, to deepen the stretch into those hamstrings. And let's take a couple of bend and flexes. We'll bend and fold the leg in. And then on the exhale, extend through the heel, reach into that calf stretch with the foot flexed. And then point through the foot, maybe getting a little deeper into your stretch there. Try that again, folding the joints in, organizing the leg. Exhale, reach through the heel, get into that calf. Maybe feeling it all the way through the sole of the foot. And then point and coming in a little deeper. Good. Now just soften the knee so the leg is slightly bent and take a few circles of the foot. So circling through the ankle, maybe 3 or 4 times one way And then 3 or 4 times the other way, waking up the lower body there. And then again, lengthen it up, stretch, and then cast it all the way down. So just that much. We'll do that on the left side. So start with that left knee, folding in. And then as you're ready, extending the leg up and taking your hamstring stretch moment there. Keeping that other leg long and open on the floor as the left leg extends. And here we go, bending the knee, flexing the foot, folding it in. We'll take a breath there. Exhale, reach through the heel, extend it up, waking up the calf. And then again, point, maybe getting a little closer. Try that again, bending in, folding. And exhale, lengthen it up. And again, point through the foot. Challenge that stretch. All right, then softening that knee so we're not gripping with the thigh. Take a few ankle circles here, maybe 3 or 4 times one direction. Work out all those crunchies, then reverse it. Great. Lengthen the leg again, and then send that leg all the way down to the floor. Good. Now then, taking the upper body for a little test, reaching the hands up to the ceiling, we'll do our rib cage arm series. So again, being aware of the abdominal support for the ribs so that you're not changing the back and letting the back release into a big arch. We're going to send the arms up overhead. As you do so, exhale, imagine that abdominal vest buttoning up to support the ribs. Inhale, the arms come back up to the ceiling and then lowering all the way down. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale. How far can you go overhead before the ribs want to pop out? Keep that connection. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, testing that range. Now we're going to move right into our roll up from here. Inhale, the arms up again. And exhale, nodding chin to chest. Again, you can do this with the legs straight or bend your knees if you need to. See if you can use your abdominals to peel yourself up. Find that hover place, that boomerang shape with your spine. Take a breath in, wide through the ribs. Exhale, softening down. Allow those shoulders to just melt away. And again, feeling that deep scoop, reaching in, finding the floor, and unfurl back into that reach overhead. Let's try that a few more times. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, spine like a wheel, rolling up, curving up and over. Feel that big reach. Take an inhale and exhale again, articulating down as smoothly as you can, perhaps with your knees bent, perhaps holding on, making sure we don't veer side to side. Really try to work on that even, equal movement through both sides. 2 more sets. Inhale the arms and exhale right up that center line. That's it, beautiful. And again, reach, allow the head to just stretch forward. Exhale, send those deepest, lowest abdominals, retreating inward, curving, rolling back down onto the sacrum, back onto your back. One more time. Inhale the arms up and exhale, nod and scoop. And this time we'll take a little deeper hamstring stretch. So I like to waddle side to side, open up those sitting bones, and then folding forward all the way over those legs. Again, take this opportunity to deeply breathe into the low back and into the backs of the legs, stretching all that out. And again, contract, rounding it back down to the floor. Melting, melting, melting. And then just let your hands rest beside you here, and then bend the knees. We'll find our neutral position, lying on your back with those legs parallel, feet even and open on the floor. So we're going to take our articulated bridge from here. So using that same abdominal scoop, hollowing, imprinting the low back into the floor, and then slowly pressing weight into the feet. As you lift the pelvis, think about reaching the knees up and over, forward, up and over those feet to really feel that length, that stretch in the front of the hips and the action in the back of the legs here through the glutes and the hamstrings. Take that breath in again. And then exhale, hollowing through, really trying to feel that curvature of the low spine as you roll down one vertebrae at a time, feeling like you're getting longer and longer through the neck and through each space between the vertebrae. Let's try that again. Inhale and exhale. Imprint that low spine. Pour weight into the feet, healing up. Forward energy, knees over the feet, long through the fronts of the thighs. Inhale here, and then exhale, melting down again. Contract, rounding it down, nice and easy as you melt down. Now we'll add a challenge at the top. One more time. Exhale, scooping and peeling up, lifting up. Feeling that corset of strength, your powerhouse, nice and strong. We're going to do our little heel lifts and toe lifts. So staying, again, feeling all 10 toes, even on the floor. 4 times, lifting the heels up and down. And again, lifting up and down. 2 more, lift those heels. Keeping the pelvis suspended in space. 1 more time, lift the heels. And down. Now reverse, flex the feet, peel those toes up. Pelvis is still lifted. And again, toes lift, flexing the feet. And down. 2 more. Toes lift and down. Last time, abs are still zipped. Toes lift and down. Now reestablish your bridge if you've drifted downward. Inhale, exhale once again, rolling down through the spine. And rest completely at the bottom. Fold those knees into your chest. Give yourself another little stretch, hugging the legs in, perhaps lengthening the legs again if your calves are singing to you a little bit and your hamstrings. Maybe got a little extra work there. Good. And then let's fold in. So again, a variation that we sometimes do in the Pilates work is called the coordination exercise. It's a exercise that is a variation of the 100. So we're going to find that chest fold, exhale, and see if you can coordinate arms extend, legs extend, and finding that scoop. So we're folding underneath the sternum. Hands are hovering off the floor. From here, we challenge open both legs apart and exhale, close. Now here's the real fun. You're going to focus on one leg staying absolutely still while the other leg opens off to the side without tipping over. Exhale, gather and close it. Other side, that leg stays in place, the other leg opens. Really working and challenging that seatbelt of strength. Bring both legs together, bend your knees, and rest your head back down. Try this again. Exhale, chest fold, arms and legs extend. Inhale, open the legs apart. Exhale, close. And now one at a time. And it's not so much how far that leg opens, but rather how steady you can keep your torso as you open and challenge that stability. Lots of oblique work. Close the legs, bend the knees, rest your head back down. Let's try it 2 more times. Big inhale, exhale, contract and reach. Feel that low belly scoop. Inhale, open, and exhale, close. And again, one leg stays steady, one leg opens. Exhale, gather, return. Harder than you think. Other side, open and close. Really feeling that deep core work. Bend the knees, rest your head. We'll do it 1 more time. Perhaps challenge yourself. Take your legs a little bit lower. Exhale, extend, reach right into your hundreds position. And then we open and close. And again, seatbelt of strength. Really working transversus, that horizontal band across the body. Other side, open and close. Woo, bend your knees and rest yourself back down. Very good. Go ahead and nod and roll yourself up. We'll do a little bit of our rolling series here. So again, make sure you have nice cushy runway behind you and fold yourself into that little ball. So again, checking in with your shoulders today, really being as soft and easy here. It's really easy to want to use your upper body to muscle through this, but really try to find your support and your strength deeper into those low abdominals. We're going to curl the spine round. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, try to come right back up to that same precarious balance point. Again, inhale, rocking, and exhale, rolling. Now, as you're practicing this rolling like a ball exercise, and again, trying not to muscle through the arms, perhaps bring your arms into a little rounded first position and just keep that shape. Try not to kick out and touch your arms. Inhale, rock. It's all in the abs to bring yourself back up. Try that a few more times. Inhale and exhale. Roll one more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Go ahead and let the feet come to the floor. Open those knees apart and take a little butterfly stretch forward, stretching out through the hips and the low back. Breathe deeply there. Good. And again, rolling up through the spine. We'll bring those legs together. Roll yourself back down again. We're going to do one more exercise for our core. This is from the Fab 5 series. We're going to do my favorite, which is the one that works every abdominal fiber that you possess. It's the crisscross. Take your hands behind your head. And again, nice deep breath, legs folded into your chest. We're going to do our chest fold. Exhale, curl yourself up. And then we're going to extend the left leg and rotate left elbow toward the right knee. So we're spiraling and rotating around that sternum. We'll inhale, switch, other side, extend the other leg. Inhale, switch, rotate again. Exhale and exhale. Keep alternating, reach. And the lower you take the straight leg, the harder it is to keep your back from wanting to arch. Exhale and exhale. Really ring it out. Use your eyes to look past your opposite elbow. Reach. And again, exhale, zip up your pants. One more series. Inhale and inhale and exhale and exhale and relax back down. Good. We'll place our hands down beside us on the floor and we'll just do another little low abdominal experience, a little reverse curl. So you may feel like you're really pressing into the floor, and that's fine at first. You're going to use that low belly scoop to see if you can peel and hoist your hips above the floor and then rolling back down. So just that little bit of control work. Exhale, peeling up and then rolling down. As you're practicing this, see if you can relax across the shoulders and chest. And again, scoop up and rolling down. Try not to just go kerplop. Nice and smooth. Up and roll it down. Last time, scooping up. This time, roll yourself all the way up and scooch those legs extended out long in front of you. Feet flexed if you can. Again, if you need to bend your knees because your hamstrings are a little tighter, that's okay. Try to find that vertical pelvis position. That's the most important thing. So again, we'll take our spine stretched forward, arms extended zombie style out in front of yourself. Inhale, feeling the length of your spine. And then exhale, hollowing the belly, really folding at the waistline, curving over your imaginary ball on your lap. And then inhale, inflate, roll yourself up, feeling those shoulders drifting away from the ears, long through that neck that we stretched open earlier today. Inhale again, exhale, and folding forward. Curve, curve, curve. And inhale, rolling up. Good. Now we're going to add to this. Do the same chest fold forward. Exhale, reaching up our body, wide upper back. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, pause. Now, inhale, elbows bend into a little goalpost flat to the floor, but then arcing, lifting, stretching the belly, stretching the chest, working that upper back. And let's reverse that again. Folding forward, reaching, diving forward with the fingertips, head to tail, round curve. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, feeling those shoulders dripping away from those ears. Inhale, elbows bend, lift the heart, open the chest. Beautiful extension. One more time through that process. And again, exhale, diving forward, hollowing and curving upper spine. Inhale, inflate. Exhale, release those shoulders. And inhale, elbows bend and pulling open. Good. And rest. We'll do a few of our saw as well, opening those arms out to the side. Still pulling those toes back if you can, sitting bones anchored. Inhale, rotating with the rib cage. Feel that width across the arms. And then exhale, fold and reach, sawing off your ankle. Turn that back hand under so the palm is up. And you're reaching, reaching, reaching on that diagonal. Inhale, abs, roll your spine up. And exhale, unwind, untwist. Other side. Stable through the pelvis, rotating from the waistline up. Inhale. Exhale, fold and saw, reaching away. Lengthening, feel those hands reaching in opposition away from each other. Inhale, stack the spine up again. And exhale, unwind. Again, each side. Inhale, rotating, really feeling that three-dimensional rib cage. Exhale, fold and reach. Stretch it out. Inhale, pull yourself back up. And exhale, unwind. One more time. Inhale, wide through the chest. Exhale, fold and lengthen out. Very nice. And again, inhaling up. And exhale, unwind and relax. Before we go over onto our belly, as I mentioned, we're going to work on a little bit more of our upper body strength. We need that more than ever these days. Bring your legs together. One option is just to sweep your legs to one side. It might be easier with the legs extended. We're going to do a little bit of tricep work, so those muscles in the back of the arm. Taking the hand that's far or closest to your feet across the body, okay? Fingertips are pointing away. I'm going to try to swizzle so that my shoulders and my chest are squared up toward the front. My other arm, I thread the needle, and I just place my hand on those muscles that we're going to be working, those triceps here. So we're trying to keep our body flat to the front, and I'm just on my hip. This arm that's supporting me is now going to bend, and I dip down toward the floor, and then I exhale and push myself away. This is a challenge for some of us. Inhale, bend, and exhale, press. Abs are still with you as well. Inhale, bend, and exhale, press. And try for some more. Inhale, bend, and exhale, press. 2 to go. Inhale, bend, and exhale, press. One more time. Inhale, bend, and exhale, press. Good. Go ahead and just set yourself up. Stretch that arm out, and then we're going to sweep it across like it's your scarf for Isadora Duncan for a moment. And then press that elbow across, stretching out the triceps a little bit more there. Good. And then release it. Take a hold of that wrist and stretch it up, up, up. And then maybe bend the arm and take it behind your head. Just stretch out the shoulder blade a little bit there. And recover. We'll do this on the other side. Swing your legs other way. So sitting on one hip. That's it. And then the hand that's closest to your feet is going to go across the body. Fingers pointing away from yourself. Place that hand on the floor. Thread the needle with the other hand. So we're holding onto the back of the arm here, just as a reminder to feel where those muscles are working. Let's go for 6 little tricep dips. Dipping down. And exhale, press. And again, inhale. Exhale, push away. And 3. And exhale, push. 3 to go. You can do it. Inhale, bend. And exhale, push. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, push. Last time. Dipping down. And push it away. Good. Go ahead and extend. Open that arm to stretch it out. And then sweep that scarf around. Press the elbow. Stretch out the back of the arm. Deep breath there. Good. And then again, release, take that wrist, pull it up, stretching long. And then maybe bending that arm and taking it behind the head, stretching out that shoulder blade, opening things up there. Woo, and release. Very nice. Let's now go over onto your belly. Now that those muscles are awake, you may be aware of them as we ask them for more effort here. So we're going to place the hands next to our shoulders. Legs are long behind you, just parallel, maybe a little separated, shoulder distance apart. It's fine. Taking our baby swan. So we're following our eyes along the floor. Keep that belly button lifting up away from the floor so you're supporting that low back. Go to that place of extension where you don't quite need your hands. You could easily float your hands up off the floor. But we're feeling that mid-thoracic extension. Now then, press your hands on the floor and push Go a little higher. Be sure that I can still see your neck. Still pull those shoulders down away from the ears. Lengthen that stretch for those abdominals, the front of the chest. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly lowering down. Again, elongating the spine as you return to the floor. Let's try that a few more times. Eyes trace up that arc. Open the chest. Go ahead and press into the hands. And maybe your swan is small. It's okay. Go as far as is comfortable. Keep the shoulders sliding down. Those lats are working. Lift. Inhale. And exhale. Rolling right back down again. Very nice. One more time like that. Glide and slide the eyes, looking forward. Curious baby. Starting to build those curves in the spine. And again, pressing to the hands. Abs really lifted. Now we're going to maintain as much arc as we can. Elbows are going to bend narrowly down toward the floor, maybe dipping our focus down. And then exhale, push it back up. Little baby push-ups. Inhale, bending the arms. And exhale, push. 2 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, abs lift, press. Wide collarbones. Last time. Inhale, bend. And exhale, press. Lower your spine back down. And rest. Relax there. Good. We'll push back up into hands and knees position now. And take a little cat back stretch moment. So again, high lift, doming the spine. Enjoy that curve. Let your head hang. Scooping the belly in, folding at the waistline, rounding through the low back. And then lengthen back out into that long spine position. Keep your abdominals lifted here without releasing into a big arch to the low back. Just slide those shoulders away from the ears and yearn your heart forward, eyes looking ahead. Opening that chest. So really, again, pulling the armpits away from the ears, lifting up. Come back to that long spine position. Do this again. Contract. Nice dome of the spine, letting the head hang. And then shift your weight, hinging back toward the heels and then shifting more onto the hands. And again, pouring the weight out of the hands and back into the hands. One more time. Rocking back, keeping that fold, that lift, and coming back. And then send that into your child's pose position. And again, if you can, reach the arms, the fingertips as far forward as you can. And then perhaps send the elbows down to the floor. So we're increasing that stretch, those muscle connections underneath the arms. Take a few deep breaths here. Good. All right, so rolling yourself back up to your all fours position. We're going to challenge this upper body, as I mentioned, and your core. Start by, in this all fours position, shoulders over your hands, just extending one leg back, placing the ball of the foot on the floor, and then send your hips back. So we're trying to squish that heel forward, the lower toward the floor. So you're getting a deep calf stretch. Really extend that back knee long and straight. Breathe into those calf muscles, feeling that stretch. And then bring it back to all fours, other side. Tuck the toes into the other foot, extend that leg straight, and then shift. Push away from your hands. Press that heel down into the earth. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. And then bringing it back. So we're going to test our strength by working on some plank positions, some push-up positions. You have options here. You can either go into a full plank, so a similar position, reaching one foot back. Stabilize with that upper body, really lifting your heart up away from the floor. And then have the other leg join it. So you're finding that push-up position. Shoulders right over the hands. Make sure your tail isn't lifted up to the sky. Lower the hips down so you're one long line from your shoulders through your hips, through your heels. Abs are zipped up. We're breathing. We're quivering with delight. And then relax, coming back down to hands and knees. So you can either practice that or come down onto your elbows. If that's too much on your wrist, come down onto your elbows. Again, pressing and lifting the chest up, out of those elbows, out of those shoulders, and reach one leg back again. One leg back and the other leg back. lowering the pelvis, low plank. Again, keep pushing and lifting up away from the floor, and abs zipped up, energy out to the top of that head. Good. And then again, release, recover. Go ahead and push back into that child's pose position. Maybe this time taking the hands behind yourself, surrendering, palms up, just resting your forehead on the floor, and taking a few deep breaths there. Good. Curl that tail under, scoop the abs, roll yourself up, back up to your sitting position. All right, a couple more challenges here. Coming back onto your side again, and we're gonna try a side plank today. So I'd like you to come down onto your elbow again, just to protect the wrist. We've done a lot on our hands today. So keeping that shoulder right over, or a little bit, elbow a little bit further out, actually is good. And my legs are just stacked, knees and hips on top of each other, that's it. So we're gonna just practice pressing out of the shoulder and see if you can lift the hips up off the floor. So this is a preliminary position to practice that, feeling that lift and support of the rib cage and then bringing it back down. So that's one way to practice. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, extend those legs and flex your feet. So we're going to be balancing on one foot, or you can scissor your top foot to the back to give yourself a little bit more surface area to practice. And then as we, again, push out of that shoulder, we're going to lift this arm and lift the hips and see if you can balance. So we're really zipping up through the core, energy out to the top of the head, extending the legs, reaching and floating up, whoo, and then floating back down. Let's try it one more time. So either knees bent or legs extended, maybe scissored apart. Inhale and exhale. Press, lift out of that elbow, lift out of the shoulder. Really two-dimensional. Keeping flat, so you're not rolling forward or rolling back. Reach, 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 extend, and whoo, lower yourself back down. Now we'll give ourselves the reward. Come into a little Z-sit formation here. So bending that front leg, sweeping the back leg here. Holding on to that outer ankle. Inhale, reaching this arm long and up. We'll do our mermaid. Side bend over toward the feet. Side bending, curving, reaching. All those muscles that you just felt engaged through the obliques and the lats. Getting a nice stretch here. Now then, take the hand behind the head. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the belly and rotate, twisting. Really pulling the belly like you're reaching your belly button toward the wall behind you. As you fold, elbow toward that front knee there. Breathing and softening. Come back into your sideways position. And then unfurl that arm, extend, reach farther, farther, farther. And then exhale, release and bring yourself back up. Let's swing the legs around. We'll start with that preliminary variation. Coming down to your elbow. And again, really lifting and opening that, pressing it out. We'll see if we can just lift the hips up on the side, test the stability of the shoulder. Exhale, peel the hips up, push out, and lift. Feeling all that undercarriage really supporting you. And then lowering down. Again, you can either stick with that or challenge yourself. Extend the legs, flex feet, balancing in parallel. And again, find that position, really supported through the rib cage. Exhale, push out of that elbow, lift the hips, long side plank. Finding that balance. Reach and breathe. And exhale, slowly descend. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, arc and scoop and lift. Strengthen that shoulder. Strong through the core. And lowering yourself back down. Again, bending your knees, folding into this little Z formation with the legs. Hold onto your outer ankle. Take the other arm long up by your ear. Inhale, reach, and side bending over toward the feet. Opening up that stretch through the side body. Great. Inhale, take that hand behind your head. And then exhale, pull your abs in, rotate, spiral. Let the chin come towards your chest. Breathe here. Great. And again, coming back into that sideways position, right into that side stretch. Extend that top arm again. Lengthen it long. Beautiful. And then coming back up. Well done. You deserve a little rest. Come onto your back again. Rolling down. Fold those knees in. And we'll take a little butterfly stretch here, bringing the feet together, opening those knees wide. You can either stay there or go into a little happy baby. If you want more inner thigh stretch, you could open those legs apart, stretch out through the inner legs. And let's bring the legs back together. Roll onto your side and stack the hands. Scooch back so you all can see. So I'm in that little side bending position, legs are bent, head rests on the floor nice and heavy, and stacking the palms one on top of the other, resting on the floor. We'll take a few of our chest stretch circles. Take the top arm and slide it beyond the bottom arm. And then we're going to trace the fingers on the floor, circling overhead. As you're reaching, let your head roll and open that stretch through the chest and shoulders. Beautiful chest expansion. Coming up and over the hip and return back to where you started. Again, reach to the fingertips. Allow your chest to move with you. Moving through the rib cage, freeing up the movement in the shoulder and the chest. Sending energy through those fingertips as you circle, describing the biggest circle you can. One more time. Reach and circle. Freeing up, stretching out those pectorals. And up and over the top. Let's reverse it now. So the hand is going to reach down toward the feet. Spiral the palm open. So you're leading with your thumb. And again, allowing the head to follow, eyes following the hand, all the way up and around. And again, opening the palm, stretching, wide collarbones. Continue to breathe. One more circle. And again, circling, reaching. Gathering and returning. Good. And then let's just roll to the other side. Pardon me as I turn my back to you. So again, finding yourself on your side, knees and feet stacked, hands right on top of each other. 3 big circles, reaching that top arm. And then again, fingertips tracing along the floor as best you can, opening and reaching into that spiral. Excellent. Getting all sorts of low back stretch as well. Coming up and over the top of the hip. And 2 more times. Reach and rotate. Gathering up and over the top. One more circle this direction. Big stretch. And up and over the top. Back to where you started. Let's reverse it. Opening the palm, thumb leading, coming up and over the top of the hips. Reaching through that arm, letting your head follow, eyes following the hand. And back together again. 2 more times. Palm opening. Surrender through that reach. Up and over the top. Good. One more time. And again. Maybe finding a little bit more range each time you circle. Great job. And then return to your hands and knees position. We'll stretch open our hips a little bit. Support yourself. Bring one leg out in front of you. And again, walk the toes out a little bit. And then encouraging the pelvis to hinge forward, stretching out through the hip flexors here. At the same time, practice good posture. We've worked really hard today to improve that range, that stretch across the chest. And if you can, zip up those abdominals, maybe bring your hands to your thighs, challenging that balance. Good. Now, whichever leg you have back, take that same arm and reach it up. And just ever so gently curving away from that hip, so toward the standing leg side. Increasing that psoas stretch. Good. Inhale, returning tall. And exhaling, hands to the floor. Now press the pelvis back and flex this front foot. So we're hinging, stretching through the hamstrings and calf. One more time. Just sending that long spine, you're running your chest forward toward that shin as you breathe and stretch it out. And then soften that. Return to all fours, another side. Help the other leg out in front. Again, maybe wiggling that foot out in front a little bit. And then again, pressing the pelvis forward, opening the chest, slide those shoulders nice and wide. Good posture. Breathe into those tight spots you may be discovering there. And again, abs are strong. Bringing the hands to the thigh, making sure this is a nice right angle with that front leg. Whichever leg is back, take that same arm up. Inhale fully. Side bend just a bit to the side to where you feel an increased stretch. Lengthen it out. Nice. And again, inhale, reaching back to vertical. And exhale, coming back down. Press the pelvis back. Flex that front foot. Stretching that leg straight. Reaching the heart toward the shins. Very nice. And again, recover. We'll just have a seat here to finish off today. And again, relaxing the arms at your side, whatever position is comfortable for you with your legs. Inhale, let's breathe. Reaching up. And exhale down. And again, this time, inhale, reaching up, clasping your hands and reaching tall, tall, tall. And taking another side bend. And scooping and curving forward, rounding over the waistline. Abs lift. Around to the other side. And up. One more time, reversing. Up and over. Hollow and lift, contract. Rounding through the spine. And to the side. And up. And then stretch your arms, big sun stretch opening. And I thank you very much. Have a beautiful Sunday. Enjoy this gorgeous weather we're having.